What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Onyx. We back on OniXxTv with another lit reaction. Today we about to be reacting to the T Grizzley situation. With that being said, let's hop straight into this video, y'all.
Beyond shocking update in the trial of T Grizzley's auntie Jobina Brown. This is an update that I don't think I was expecting. I don't think anybody who heard the details and the evidence of this case was expecting.
Before we even get into this video, do y'all think T Grizzley has something to do with his aunt dying or no? Spam in the comment section.
Managed T Grizzley, one of Detroit's most popular rappers, but earlier this week, Jobina Brown was shot and killed on the city's east side. Tonight we're hearing from a local radio show host who worked with Brown. 7 Action News reporter Anu Prakash joins us live from the scene to tell us how Brown is being remembered and what police are saying. Anu.
Well, Glenda, Detroit police tell me that homicide investigators are still working on this case, still trying to figure out what led up to the shooting here on 3 Mile Road just off of Mack.
Now, we know the imbecile that's responsible for Jobina Brown's death is Wu Thing, Wu 600, close friend, associate, same gang as T Grizzley's close friend, Buka 600. I'll spare you the details. Go to my T Grizzley playlist if you want to hear the full story from day one. This is just the update, okay? So a lot of us thought this dude was cooked. We thought he was done for because he was found in Chicago driving around the getaway vehicle in this murder, as well as being in possession with the firearm in the murder.
Goddamn stupid ass, y'all.
Sir, like the evidence is so impeccable. I'm asking, why is a trial needed? They found him in possession of the getaway vehicle, the murder weapon, and they pinged his cell phone in the vicinity of the murder for 2 hours. He was sitting on the location. Come on, bruh. Throw away the keys.
So get into the situation on how he got away,
that's not what's going to be happening, at least for now. After all this evidence, after all my it's over, he's done videos, this man went to court in front of a jury of his peers, and a hung jury came back. They could not make up a decision. They could not find him guilty. It was a mistrial. The hung jury was returned back on the 31st. I knew about this for about 2 days, but I was kind of waiting, right, to see who reported on it. Because there's a couple of dudes.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I ain't no law expert, but how the hell they have a mistrial with that? But all that evidence built up against this nigga, like, what the fuck the prosecutors did and fucked up. Imagine somebody kill your family member, and then there's so much evidence on them that they should be going to jail, should be locked up. They ain't talk about a mistrial. Crazy work.
Who claim they've been in the courtroom on YouTube, but somehow none of them reported on this. They're gonna wait for Flacco to report on it, and then they're gonna make a video. But coincidentally, they're gonna make a video about my update that they didn't have before I made the update, even though they supposedly had people in the courtroom. But we're going to address those dudes a little later in this video. But the main question is, how did he beat this? His phone was pinged at the crime scene for 2 hours. He was found in possession of the murder weapon and the getaway vehicle, and his phone is being pinged leaving the city like minutes after the shooting and going back to Chicago, and his phone was also pinged coming to Detroit. How did he beat this? So first off, he tried to get the cell phone evidence thrown out. He claims the cell phone is in somebody else's name. It's not my phone. However, the number that belongs to that phone is a number that he is known to use. So he couldn't get it thrown out. It didn't get thrown out. The evidence actually stayed, which to me, I thought was going to be the deciding factor on this case. The cell phone. If the cell phone gets admissible, right? If it's admissible, then he's cooked because you were at the crime scene. But if it's not admissible, then he's going to walk. The cell phone was admissible, but it was still a hung jury. Here's how I don't want to say beat it, because trial is resuming. Well, the pre-trial hearing is resuming August 15th. So the judge told this dude that he'll be able to attend the pre-trial. I ain't no law expert. I don't know how this shit go. That's already a bad sign. The judge ain't taking this case seriously at all.
Hey guys, did you know some drivers are ditching their car insurance and they're doing this instead? Now, the reason why you may be overpaying for car insurance is because a big chunk of your monthly payment.
But here's how exactly he beat it. Not beat it, but the hung jury. You know what I mean, right? Anything other than guilty in my eyes is a beat it for now. So his lawyer brought his brother to testify, and they brought medical records. So he got shot August 6th. Wu thing. He got shot August 6th, and he was in the hospital until August 15th. When he left the hospital, we don't know what his condition is. But his brother testified that when he left the hospital August 15th, that he could barely walk. That he was in horrible shape. That when he left the hospital August 15th,
because that's his family member.
He was disabled.
He shouldn't be able to be used as a liable
witness.
Now,
we know the brother came to that court adding cake on it, bro. We know the brother came to that court and did what he had to do, homie. Because realistically, nobody will really know if he's telling the truth or not.
Real quick, yo. I'll be right back.
He was shot. He was in the hospital until August 15th. Now, I heard some rumors about that shooting too, but we're not going to talk about it yet. Y'all connect the dots if you want. Nobody would know this. This is like as concrete as an alibi it could get. Because once you leave the hospital and you're in your family home, well, they can lie about your condition as much as they want. Bro, they could say, man, bro, this man could barely walk, even though you was up and about, man, and in the streets afterwards, bro. Even though you was back on your feet playing basketball afterwards, they could still come to court and say, this man could barely walk. We couldn't recognize him, man. He was paraplegic, or whatever the word is. And there's nothing you could do about it. Even though I'm not buying it, bro, because 2 months later, he was running from the cops in a Detroit alley, bro. You was not that hurt, cut it out. But I think the jury had a hard time reading the medical reports. Oh, okay, he got shot on August 15th. Now, the thing is, we don't even know how severe it was. We just know he was in the hospital until August 15th, but we don't know how severe the injury really was. So the jury is looking at the medical report, looking at the brother testimony, that when he was released from the hospital August 15th, he could barely walk. So the jury is like, man, we having a hard time deciding if he could barely walk August 15th, then to say that he committed this murder August 20th, it's a reach and it's a stretch. But the thing about this is, he couldn't have been acting alone. So we don't know if he could have been somebody who was just a driver to the situation. And the shooter hasn't been caught yet. So we don't even know what his role was particularly.
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your story.
We just don't know. They they know he was there because he was found with the murder weapon. He was found with the getaway vehicle.
So basically, it's the motherfucking prosecutor's fault. That's why.
And his phone was pinged in the vicinity for 2 hours. But to say that he did this by himself is a stretch. It's a big stretch. So he could very well have been in the vehicle as an accomplice and not the actual shooter. But the jury just had a tough time, bruh, convicting this man after the medical reports and his brother testified he could barely walk on August 15th. So to say that he conducted a murder on August 20th, they just couldn't do it. It came back as a hung jury. So some people believed he was guilty. Some didn't believe he didn't do it.
But somebody around him.
Now, it was also revealed in court today that Jobina Brown had a life insurance policy on her.
They could have had his phone around him.
Now I don't have the full transcripts, so I'm not gonna tell you.
I don't know the situation, but the way that evidence was stacked against, I don't know how you got off that, y'all.
I was told who was the beneficiary, but I'm not gonna tell y'all just yet until I get the full transcript. But somebody in court told me, part of the family, Jobina Brown had a life insurance policy on her. Now, this person told me that nobody from her family got a dime from that life insurance policy. Nobody from her family got a dime from that life insurance policy. So, hey, y'all make with those statements what you may.
So basically, I think he's trying to imply that T Grizzley got a life insurance policy on him.
If you get my drift, but I'm not ready to put my name to that yet until I get the full transcripts and see the black and white. Now, the trial is restarting August 15th. Now, a mistrial don't automatically mean you about to get off. Honestly, a mistrial is probably the worst case scenario for him because now the prosecutors got more time to investigate the hospital claim. Now they got more time to investigate, where was he shot at? Cool. Surveillance footage for when he left the hospital. Who treated him? What was his condition? Now the prosecutors could prepare more now because they know what your defense is going to be. So it's going to be a little tougher for him the next go round. But the fact that they're having another trial that fast, they're having another trial pre-trial starts August 15th. Jury selection is August 15th. The trial ended July 31st. 15 days? To put that in comparison, bro, A.J. Armstrong, who was being accused of killing two of his parents, I think he had like 2 mistrials. And each trial was like a year or 2 apart. Y.W. Melly, he had a mistrial.
Killed 2 of his parents.
It's going on 2 years. Y.W. Melly is not back on trial yet. So to have another trial within 15 days? Oh, nah. Nah, bro.
All right, if you come on YouTube to get news, be careful because many of these people are making stuff up to get views. So one guy that's making a lot of stories about the T Grizzley case and keeps reiterating how he's talking to people in the court and he knows people that are part of the case is giving some.
Dude look like he got pink eye. I know y'all see it. This eye right here. Somebody done farted on his pillow or something. He's eating some nasty butt.
Some bad info. So he said Jermaine Whedon, possibly known as 600 Wu-Tang, has made the statement that T Grizzley paid him to do the hit. That's not true.
Paul, sure you done squirted in his eye or something.
A lot of people sent me that video saying, this dude is sneak dissing you. I don't know who he is. I've never watched this content. I don't know who he is. And he claims he had people in the courtroom, which is all cap, bro. Cap. It's just not true, bro. There's a reason why I'm going to Detroit to actually do a full-on interview with people in Jobina Brown's family.
Detroit.
I'm doing that. I'm going to Detroit. You know why? Why I have access like that, bro? Because I've never told a lie revolving this case.
That you might not
all of my sources is direct from the situation. Too
much light to a story.
And also, you lied on me. I never said that Jermaine Whedon ever said
might not
that
even got enough money.
You's a liar. What I said was his defensive attorneys.
Hey, I'm gonna just say this: don't be like Flacco, man. Are we putting yourself in situations like this? You do your little reports on it and all that. But when you start going to motherfucking cities and shit, putting yourself in a danger zone, it's pretty sure. I'm not going to incriminate nobody, but hey, if a motherfucker want to get you for talking about their name, they can get you. Easily.
Was providing alternative theories. And one of the theories was
failure, my boy.
T Grizzley paid for this hit because Jobina Brown was pregnant. Which you also acknowledge that the prosecutors brought somebody in court to testify and prove that Jobina Brown wasn't pregnant.
I heard she wasn't pregnant, though.
Why will the prosecutors bring somebody to court randomly to testify that Jobina Brown wasn't pregnant? Why would that be relevant? You see, these dudes are so filled with hate, and they're getting bit by piece third-party information.
I ain't gonna lie.
That
He might be spinning the narrative a little bit and putting his own little sauce and got a little hate train going. I don't know. But if the fucking, I'm pretty sure the motherfucking people who check the body and shit that do the autopsy, they'd have been able to tell if she was pregnant or not, and that'd have been brought up. So if that's what they said, and it didn't come out she was not pregnant, and somebody testified, I'm pretty sure the person that testified probably was somebody who did the autopsy.
They think that
would make more
they
sense.
can question, bro. I'm the source. So why did the prosecutors bring somebody to the court to testify
really source if you
that
ain't
Jabina
really
Brown
there.
wasn't pregnant? Why would that piece of information be relevant?
You ain't gonna tell me you got people.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking
you
about
said
it.
you waiting for transcripts.
Base 44,
Shit
a
that's
complete
coming to the
AI
public.
creation platform.
That's because the defense brought that up. Obviously, right? The prosecutors wouldn't bring somebody to debunk their own statements. Obviously, the defense said that. And that's why they brought somebody to debunk the fact that Jabina Brown was not pregnant. Well, why would the defense bring up the fact that Jabina Brown was pregnant? You see, Brand, people like you are people who I hate the most, okay? Y'all are these pseudo wannabe journalist dudes who hate on anything walking, who can go out and get the direct source, who don't have to represent themselves as a quote-unquote journalist. Your third-party information didn't tell you why the defense brought up in court that Jabina Brown was pregnant. That's a random piece of information. Why would they just bring that up? They brought that up as a motive that T. Grizzley paid for the hit. And the prosecutors brought somebody there to debunk that.
Okay, I see what you're saying, Flacco.
Now he said, Yo, and I never understood you dudes, man. And there's a reason why I waited 2 days to even make this video about the hung jury. Because I wanted to see Mr. I got sources in the courtroom. I wanted to see you report about the mistrial, about the hung jury. I waited 2 days. And there's a reason why your next video on this situation is going to be a review of my information in this video. You're going to pop out probably tomorrow or tonight if you're shameless enough. Hey, my sources say it was a hung jury. Wait, pause. You mean Poetic Flacco? Yo, listen, man. I mind my business. I don't bother none of y'all. I make my videos. I'm never
going on a rant,
ever gonna. Where was your sources, bro? It's been 2 days.
Yeah, he's still on a rant. All right, y'all. That's the conclusion of this video. Hit that like button, subscribe, and spam the chat. Do y'all feel like T. Grizzley has something to do with his aunt dying or no? My perspective, based off of what I've been seeing, man, it do seem a little suspicious. Just on like what he said happened. Like, I don't know, man. And then what he was saying when niggas was saying that all this shit that Flacco was saying, how he tried to come back and his statement didn't make sense. But yeah, like I said, man, hit that like button, subscribe, and spam the comment section. We'll be back with another video soon.